Alright guys, I'm going to apologize right away for not having Amazon links or anything. I just decided to do this last minute. I've been watching sales today. I've noticed that like some stuff is still like really good deals and still out there. So I figured if you guys are looking for gifts, maybe something for yourself, I'll go through this real quick. It's going to be really rapid fire on all these. So if you have any questions, extra questions about any stuff that I can maybe fill in for you, just put it down in the comments and I'll try to get to it. I'll be checking the comments on and off throughout the day and try to get to it as best as I can. But this is the first one right here. This is actually the mouse I've used every day for the past year and a half. This is a Logitech G602. I'm somebody that absolutely hates cable drag. I don't care what kind of cable it is. I just hate cable drag. I hate the way it feels on the mouse. So I went wireless, and I've not regretted it. I will say you have to have the sensor line of sight on this thing to get good wireless out of it. But I've had it in a room full of 500 people at a LAN and never had drops on this. I know Kyle was at the same LAN with me and used the same mouse. He also has a 602 and has not complained about any drops or anything with this thing. Logitech's wireless technology has been solid for a while, and it's a really good gaming mouse. So yeah, it's got the buttons and all that stuff. It does run on double A's. The double A's are 125 hours for one double A to 250 for two double A's, depending on the weight you want. But really good solid mouse. If you don't want to deal with double A's, there is for a little bit more, $10 more. 40 bucks. There is the almost said 602 G403. It is a little bit more basic as far as like the button layout and stuff goes, but I tried this at PAX. It feels really good. It's a nice, a nice mouse. It has a weight system that comes with it, and it is rechargeable battery. So if you'd rather do that, I will say the battery dies a little bit quicker than on the 602, but if you just rather have a rechargeable battery, then there you go. Next thing, Xbox One S controller. You can tell it's a Xbox One S because the faceplate part extends up past the Xbox logo, which on the originals, this glossy part went down like this. You want one of these because Bluetooth is built in, and you don't need the spring for the expensive Xbox, whatever, like little dongle thing. When I'm on my PC, I just wire it because my PC's right there, but I like the Bluetooth because I use it on my Steam Link. The Bluetooth, if you use a really cheap dongle, it can flake out on you. So if you're using like a little $10 dongle, it's not gonna do real well. But yeah, but if you have a decent dongle or you just plug it into your PC, it's great for that instance. And I do like having the extra option as Bluetooth. And like I said in the past when I reviewed this, I would not pay more than $40 for this. If it goes back up to $60, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's been pretty good for that. Next thing, the Steam Link. It's $5 right now on Steam, guys, and I've gotten Steam controller and the Steam Link through the Steam store before, and it shows up on time. They're pretty good about it. I don't know why it's so cheap right now. It's normally $50, and that's what I paid for it. But I've used this thing so much, guys, and it's awesome. You can do anything from streaming your games to your desktop and just like watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. You can plug in mouse keyboard. You can plug in the Steam controller. It's got native support for that, both on wireless or wired, whatever. It's got support for, you can plug the Xbox 360 controllers in. You have to have the wireless dongle to plug it into. The Xbox One controller with the wireless dongle that Microsoft sells does not work on it because it's DRM'd up the wall for Windows 10, so that's unfortunate. But the S controller, the one that I was just showed you guys with the Bluetooth built into it, PS4 controller, all that stuff works through Bluetooth, even the Wii U controller, and it just kind of puts like a wrapper, artificial wrapper over it, because this is basically like a small box that runs Linux. Has Bluetooth, also it has support for Bluetooth headphones, so that's a new thing in the newest update. You can actually like get audio through Bluetooth on this. Another thing is it has wireless AC, 2x2 MIMO, and I use that. I do use it on wireless. It's a little bit more laggy than it is on wired, but if you have a strong computer, that's another thing you have to have too, is like something that can encode, so like off the NVIDIA GPU or like a strong CPU. It does a really good job, especially for games that are not super time sensitive. You can play those no problem on here, and it's it's really fun. It's really fun to use. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than $5 compared to getting like a home theater PC. It's a hell of a lot cheaper. All right, Steam controller. I only recommend this for people that have never gotten a controller, not really used to it. Maybe people have always been on mouse and keyboard and want a controller for like a Steam Link or for other purposes. It's really nice. You can assign like media controls and stuff like that too, so you can turn your volume up and down on this. There's like button combinations for that. The other thing that's really cool about this is the battery life. It's a hell of a lot longer than, say, an Xbox controller. It's a lot more customizable than any other controller out there, but it's also more complicated for that. So if you're somebody that's used to an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller or something already, I'm probably not going to recommend this to you unless you really want to challenge yourself and try something new. And don't get mad at me if it's not your cup of tea, but I would recommend this more for people that aren't necessarily used to a controller. But I've been somebody that's come off of a traditional controller. I challenged myself, and I will tell you, after getting used to it, and it was really a hell month getting used to this thing. But I have a hard time going back to the Xbox controller. Just like turns feel slower and stuff, and just more fidgety. There's something about the wireless on the controller, just feels like it's more springy than it is on the Xbox controllers and stuff. I'm not going to say laggy, it just feels, I don't know, like sluggish or something like that. So personal opinion, but I like it. I've used it. I have 2 of them, for Christ's sake, so I really like it. All right. This is a Rode Audio Micro ME. It is a shotgun mic. It's 100 hertz to 20 kilohertz. I would recommend getting this for people that have, say, this setup where the camera's down here and a microphone port over here on their phone. But if you're like trying to like record like your kid's soccer game or something like that and it's windy outside, this comes with a dead cat, so you can put it there. But you don't want the camera on the same side because it will pick up the microphone in the shot. So it's a very particular thing. I use it though on my Galaxy S7 and it works pretty damn well. I've done quite a few videos with it and it records fairly well off the S7. All right. One of the last things here, well, I'm just going to skip ahead over here first. This is the Logitech G60, no it's not. Fuck, this is the C920. Okay, get my words wrong. Damn it, Logitech, do something, I'll learn numbers. This is a webcam I use almost like every single day when I'm streaming. I will say you need to throw a lot of light for it to be good. They say a lot of things about like low light correction and all. It's all BS. You need a lot of light, so like a desk lamp, something like that. But if you get that set up, this is a really good sensor, really good optical setup on this thing. Still better than what the new Razer one is out there with like its little ring light. I will give them credit for the ring light, is a cool idea, but what I've seen of the quality of the image, it looks pretty crap. So I would still recommend this to a lot of people on a budget. There is the C922, but it's essentially the same thing. It just has 720/60 capability. That's going to depend on how important that is to you, but I would just get this guy and call it done. It's been a really, really good mouse. Really good webcam. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, AMD Ryzen 7 1700. It is $269 right now. I would never recommend an i7 when this is going this cheap right now. I'm sorry. I know people are still like on the instructions per clock thing with gaming and stuff. Guys, that's going out the door within the next couple of years. It's going to be about core count and threads, and that's just basically it. IPC will still be help, you know, depending on the cores that you have, but these guys aren't that far behind. They're basically same IPC I was getting off of my Haswell, so I haven't really noticed anything going over to this. So if you're going from like a Haswell, as far as like the instructions per clock, it's going to be roughly the same. You're not going to notice anything there. Where you're going to notice is like in stuff like if you do a lot of streaming, I would 100% recommend this. If you don't need this, you can get like the 1600 and drop it down, but just the price performance that you're getting here, I cannot in good conscience recommend Intel. And I will say the only reason that you should get Intel is if you don't want to deal with some of the headaches like with the RAM compatibility and stuff. You should always check your RAM compatibility when you're building your system for your motherboard. But Intel, it's a lot more just like, you know, it's going to work, where on AMD you're not so sure. So if that's really worth it to you, go ahead and pay the extra money for the Intel stuff. But I just cannot in good conscience go out there and tell people to get an Intel chip at that price. It's ridiculous. All right. And last thing I'm going to show you guys here is, did it go away? Oh, crap. All right. Right here, GOG is running a sale. Like freaking Witcher 3 is $20. Hellblade's off a little bit. If you're somebody that's not into Origin and doesn't like EA's bullshit, EA has released some of their games to GOG, so you actually own your games and stuff. So like Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition for $5, completely worth it. You know, seeing other stuff on here from EA too, like Mirror's Edge. There's the original Crysis, SimCity. So that's a good way to get kind of like around some of the EA stuff if you want. Saboteur's on here. That's one I really want to play, and it's $5. Some other good oldies on here. Deus Ex Game of the Year Edition. Freaking awesome, especially there's a couple patches out there that you can add that the modding community's done to Deus Ex, so it's like supports like actual 4K resolution and stuff like that. It's kind of nuts. You can play it on like a 144 hertz display, no problem. It's flipping awesome, guys. So yeah, go over here, check some of this stuff out. War of Mine, really good game. Wasteland 2. So there's a lot of stuff I can recommend over here. I know the Steam sale's going on, but the cool thing about this is you can actually just download the game. There's no DRM, none of that bullshit, and I really like that. So, all right. So I was able to shorten this video a little bit. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, anything like that, just go ahead and hit them in the comments. I'll be checking out through today and tomorrow. I think some of these sales will still be up until then. And yeah, you guys have a great day. There's my little background. It's, you know, it's funny because I don't even play this game, but I just thought it was cool. Anyways, guys, hit all the links, likes, thumb ups, upvotes on VidMe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.